Today we're going to do a project based on Oaxacan folk art. This artwork is from the Oaxaca region in Mexico, and these colorful wooden animals have been carved since pre-Hispanic times. However, this particular folk art style of animals kind of came back into style in the 1950s when this artist, Manuel Jimenez, started carving them and selling them to tourists. So they've kind of become one of the most popular folk art items in Mexico now, and people really relate these to this area of Mexico. So let's look at a couple of examples. They have bright colors and patterns, and there's all different kinds of animals. Some of the most popular are the coyotes and the rabbits and the armadillos. And here's a couple more. So now that you've seen the Oaxacan folk art animals, we are actually going to draw one and decorate it and just be inspired by this really cool folk art style from Mexico. So we're going to draw a Oaxacan coyote, and that's a colorful, kind of whimsical animal from Mexico. And so we're going to draw this coyote howling at the moon. So the first step is you're going to come up in about the first top third of your paper. You're going to turn your paper vertical, and you're going to draw an oval. Now we're going to sketch this coyote out in pencil, and then we're going to come back with black marker over the coyote. So this is kind of his cheek and the beginning of his head. Then you're going to kind of come up like this to make his nose come around, almost like a rectangle, but it has rounded edges. Here's his mouth. Come up for his mouth. And then come back down and connect to his kind of face area here. And you will put his eye. The Oaxacan animals tend to have really big, kind of fun eyes. And we can add some more detail once we get in with the black marker. So there's his eye. I'm gonna come back a little ways from his eye, and I'm gonna give him a nice big coyote ear, kind of a rounded triangle. All right, and now I'm going to very lightly just kind of do a curved line back here. And the same way that I did an oval here, I'm going to do a nice big oval here, kind of for his back and where his back leg is going to be. And then I'm going to come up off of that oval, and I'm going to connect back up here to the ear. So I've kind of got this funny little almost eggplant shape. Okay, now I'm going to put his front leg, and his front leg again is just kind of this oval shape like this. Okay, like the top of a spoon, maybe a wooden spoon. And then I'm just going to come down. It's going to get skinnier as it comes down, and then we're going to just give him a little rounded paw. All right, and then we're going to see a little bit of his other paw right back here. This is the one that's behind that one. Okay, here's his tummy. And then right here, we're gonna do another oval shape like a spoon, the top of a spoon or a rainbow. And then that's gonna come down to his little back paw right here. Okay, so now we've got his back foot. We've got his two front feet. You might see a little bit of his other paw that's on the other side of his body. And now the fun part is his tail. And you can do a really fun, big, curvy tail coming up like this. And then it kind of gets skinnier there. Actually, I think that I made mine a little too. I want to make mine a little more pointy. So I'm going to change that, which is a-okay. I'm using a pencil. And with the pencil, I can go back and erase this line where I made the mistake. Okay, now I've got all my pencil lines done. I'm going to take my black Sharpie, and I'm going to go ahead and do my outlines. And I'm not going to erase anything yet. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to go ahead and follow kind of the outline of And I might see like this, I'm changing the shape of my ear a little bit, and that's okay because I'm gonna come back with that eraser. And I'm gonna come down here, come around, and over, come around. And I changed the shape of that a little bit. Sometimes I kind of change the shape of things when I'm going over it and try to make them a little better. That's the beauty of starting in pencil. You can always change things a little bit. All right, now I'm gonna come up with his tail. And I changed the shape of his tail even a little more. I'm gonna go ahead and make his eye. And I think I'm gonna give him a little piece around that eye. And then I'm gonna give him the middle of his eye. And I always like to leave a little white in the middle of the eye because that looks like a highlight. All right, so now I'm going to take my eraser and I'm going to erase all of those messy pencil lines. And one of the characteristics of the Oaxacan animals is they have lots of bright colors and lots of pattern. So I'm gonna come back in, once I get this pencil erased, I'm gonna come back in with my marker and I'm going to create those patterns. And if you've ever done a Zentangle, it's kind of like a Zentangle, except the patterns tend to be a little more simple. Okay, so I'm gonna add some simple pattern, and then I think I'm gonna actually color this one with marker. It would be fun to paint, but I didn't really put it on the right kind of paper to paint. So there is my coyote, my Oaxacan coyote howling at the moon. And now I'm going to give him some patterns. I'm just gonna kind of divide the sections up into kind of some interesting, give him some interesting sections. And I'm just gonna add some different patterns. Here I'm just adding kind of a zigzag. I'm gonna go ahead and put a line there and a line there. And I'm gonna just do some lines. This is almost gonna look like a leaf, huh? So maybe I'll put some dots in every other one just to give it a little bit of pizzazz. Okay, and then maybe in this part, I'll go vertical like this. So you can see, if you've ever done a Zentangle, this is a little bit more simple. Maybe I'll do some dots in here. All right, now I think for his body, maybe I'll do a popular pattern in Mexico is the sun. So maybe I'll do kind of some sun type patterns on his body. So you can see I'm keeping it pretty simple. I'm gonna speed the video up and kind of finish these patterns. And then you can also see how I end up coloring this.